Today we're getting right into it. We are taking care of the literal rhino in the room. It was a bad dad joke. I'll do it again. Today we're getting right into this. We are taking care of the literal elephant in the room. Dude, these packages are absolutely massive, and they are honestly, I know I get hyped up about a lot of installs. This is one of the best things that you can do for any vehicle. It's just so cool, and it opens up so many possibilities. So today we are finally installing a roof rack on the Jeep. You guys know ever since I got this thing, we've been saying we want to make it the ultimate adventure vehicle. Obviously this is a key component, and it's huge, and it's taking up space in the garage, so we almost have no choice but just to dig right into it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have owned my fair share of real ass quality roof racks in the past. After owning a couple real not good ones, I realized really quickly why you want the good stuff. The biggest issue that I find is if you get a rack that's like a knockoff or like not a big name, the support for what you can put on the rack sucks. Like you can't get anything that properly fits. It can get real shitty if you don't have a quality rack system. So when I was trying to get something for the Jeep, at first I didn't want to drill, but then I realized the way the roof is kind of built on the Jeep, you almost have no choice. For those of you guys that don't know, the roof is fiberglass. Whether it's painted or not painted, this is fiberglass, and this is a rain channel. To get a roof rack that's usable at all, you kind of have to drill, which is okay. I've accepted it. It's not really that big of a deal, especially like I said, if you get a good roof rack like we did. The drilling process and whatever, actually, it's not bad, and when you want to take it off, there's really not a lot left on the roof, so that's not my biggest concern anymore. My big concern became, I need something with a lot of aftermarket ability, right? Like I don't want to have a roof rack that can do one thing, which is hold like a snowboard rack, but then if I want to get a rooftop tent, like, oh, I don't have the right thing, and I wanted it to be extremely simple. You get like the exoskeleton racks, which again, there's no problem if that's what you guys have. I'm not super into that. I like my stuff to look really, really, really clean. So this roof rack that we found is extremely low profile, extremely clean, and the aftermarket support just, it literally is endless. This is the Rhino Rack Backbone system. Obviously it's for 4-door JL, that's what we're working with. So this is actually really cool. What these guys do is they sit kind of inside. We'll spin the Jeep around in a second here. They sit inside the window like this on the inside of the hardtop, and they give some extra rigidity, because I was telling you this is fiberglass. So they give some extra strength to the actual hardtop so that it can hold more weight. So you can see this thing can hold 264 pounds, which is quite a lot considering it's a fiberglass removable roof. At least I think it's quite a bit for a removable roof. So that is really cool. We'll get more into this in a second. I'm excited for this boy. Dude, oh my God. We opened it upside down, but that's okay. Damn, dude, this thing's a freaking beast. Oh my God. Okay, so this is the Rhino Rack Pioneer platform. This thing is insane, dude. So this is super low profile. Like this has gotta be like max 1.5 inches thick at most. And it came assembled, dude. I'm not gonna lie, I watched a couple videos on how to install this, and everybody had to assemble theirs. So sucks to suck. I don't know if they changed how it comes or if I just got lucky, but mine came assembled, so that saved us probably a ton of time. So instead of getting like a traditional 2 crossbars, which actually a guy down my street has, and I was checking his out before I did this, and like it's cool, but with this you can do so much more. You can see there's like tons of attachments that you could slide into here and slide up and down, and everything here can kind of move around, but the real big pro is you can tie down anything anywhere. I mean, yeah, you could put a rooftop tent on this and take up basically the whole thing with just a tent, but to be honest, I think the utility you can get out of this without a tent is so much better than with a tent. Like if you look at any of the photos on their website, you can run so much at the same time. So I'm really pumped on this because the utility this can offer versus a traditional roof rack is insane. So I'll leave a link to Rhino Rack down below. You guys can check them out. A couple of these accessories we got actually have nothing to do with camping, and I'm actually the most excited that it showed up now because this still gives me time to get some use out of these accessories before it's too late. So we'll get into them later. I'm stoked. Turns out that piece of cardboard is actually a blowout, dude. Look at this. This is next level right here. This is sick. Even all these little hardware pieces that need Loctite already have Loctite on them. It's not up to you to put Loctite. It's impressive. So now you guys can probably get a better idea of what I was trying to say before. It sits like this, which is cool. And what you'll notice is a lot of you guys have been telling me to get like the insulating panels and stuff for in here because I know Mopar makes them, a lot of other people make them. This doesn't sit flush. So, dude, we need better lighting in here. All right, that'll do. Anyways, this doesn't sit flush. So if you have the insulating panel, it's actually meant to kind of go around that, which is really cool. You just have to trim like the top right here. Let's get this guy loosely snugged up here. I believe they called this right here the point of no return. And you know what? Something that I just thought about too is the nice thing about not having the painted hardtop in this situation, like drilling through a black top, is that because it's fiberglass, it's actually really easy to patch. It would be so easy actually if you decided you don't want this, because I know it's like a lot for some people to drill through their hardtop. I understand that. Fill this, no problem. Like you would never notice, because all you gotta do is just fill this and match the black, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Like with a painted top, it's never gonna, you're gonna notice that weird spot. But I think that like just because of the texture of this, it would be so easy to blend something into these holes, like so easy. Now we just gotta apply some of this stuff. I'm using a marine sealant. It's the same stuff I used on the roof of my trailer actually when I bought my trailer. It needed like a new caulking job on the roof. It's called adhesive sealant. So the lid's kind of pooched though, so don't copy me. Go buy a fresh one with a nice lid. And now's the part where we watch this very seriously because we got to do some sort of spacing trick to make this thing fit. Take off the hardtop, you take off this bolt, that bolt on the same side, those three, and these three here. So with this roof rack, it adds one more bolt, which actually in the grand scheme of things is nothing for the amount of utility you're getting out of this. So this thing, yeah, so this bracket's gotta do something like this. This is gonna get bolted through here into this nut that's already right there. And then this front bracket is gonna bolt into this. So that's the extra bolt that you gotta take off if you wanna take off your roof. And what's nice is, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but all this is the same as the Jeep hardware kit that they give you when you buy the Jeep. So you get like the T50 and like a little ratchet, and this is also a T50. So if you wanna take any of this off, you can still use the OEM Jeep toolkit. Once this dries, I'm gonna slice it off so it's not so oozy, but I'd rather it ooze and not leak. And then check this out, dude. So this is the piece that we've been using to line up all of our like bolt holes and stuff. This is also the cross brace piece. It goes a little something like this. I was wondering what that hole was. I thought maybe there's like an attachment you could buy for this roof rack or something. Look at that. Courtney would like this because Courtney's a big, no environmental waste kind of person. We just gotta do this one more time. Step one is done. It took me maybe 20 minutes to do the other side, like not filming and stuff. And I was just showing these off because I know I have a screw in the top of them, but if you take your rack off, this is what it looks like. You really don't notice much. Something that I can't help but think when I look back here though, is there's gotta be a use for this backbone system. I know obviously like you don't want to put too much stress or weight or anything on it, but for example, I just put this little hook here for my fan. I could have hooked it into one of these, and there's holes all the way across the top, down, and all the way across the bottom. I feel like one day I'm gonna find something useful to do. Like I almost already did here. I put my light on it. My light's just up there, which is actually a much better spot for it. Something is telling me that I'm gonna be using this for some kind of DIY one day. I don't think I actually showed you guys this yet, but these are the feet. So these are the locking legs, and I think they're the most lower profile ones you can get. I plan on spending some decent time on the road with this thing, and I don't wanna question where I'm leaving it or whatever. I know if someone wants something, they're gonna steal it, but the more locks and stuff you have on things, the more of a deterrent it becomes. Oh, yes. Yes, they're so little. Oh my God. That's so beautiful how small this is gonna be. Because it actually is a really nice example of how this whole thing works. So like all the attachments that Rhino Rack is gonna make, basically like a little slider like this that's gonna go into one of these grooves and slide down. That is beautiful. That's not where it goes, but that's how easy it is to use this little rail system. So if all these attachments are that easy, dude, we are in for such a good time. You know, this is probably why it came upside down. God, sometimes I'm so dumb. These all came so close, dude. This one was at like 75, I had to be at 76 or something. They all just barely had to move, and then I realized right at the end that this says rear. It was already sort of set up as if it would go on the other way, and just by looking at it, there's absolutely no difference. That's all, like the end pieces look identical. I don't see a single difference in the front and back. So we're gonna send it this way because I already did it and it took forever. This thing looks so cool even without any accessories, which we'll get to in a second, but dude, it's just so simple. Like, this is exactly what I was saying at the beginning of the video that I wanted. I'm so happy with it. Oh, it's just so low profile. Like, it literally, you notice it, but like, it doesn't stick out. It's not obnoxious. So we got a little locking feet on. They basically bolt onto this piece. So now that these are all kind of put in place, if I want to take this off, it'll just drop right back down, and I could just take it off with the actual roof, which is really nice. Something we didn't test. I'm 90% sure this will just pop off the same way. Yes, dude. It sticks out a little bit, but honestly, like where your head is, you'll never even see this at all. But huge bonus is that you still can take the roof off, cruise around like that, have everything on your roof. I think that's fire. So the only accessory actually that we didn't get is the wind fairing, which I know obviously a lot of people want, but we didn't get it for two reasons. First reason, they were out of stock. But that actually led to me realizing something. I think in the Jeep, you're better off without a wind fairing, because if you ever want to take that off, you have to take off the wind fairing. It would be a little awkward for sure, but dude, I'm just so pumped. It's so low. It's funny because you need like a ladder to be able to get to a height that I can actually show you guys and you can see the rack, because the Jeep is so big. This over an exoskeleton or something all day, every day. Like I told you guys, we have a couple accessories. I think we're gonna install two of the three today. The other one we can leave as a nice surprise for another day. This guy. So first up, this one might seem a little weird to you, let me explain it. These are crossbars. These are like what I was saying earlier, like a traditional roof rack system would be just 2 of these. That's all you get. They sit in the fixed location and you can't move them. And then these are how you will, like, obviously put it through the holes here and fix this to that rack. Now this whole rack is basically, like I said, little grooves, and you can put stuff anywhere, which is the best part. Every single one of these has channels in it. So you can put literally anything anywhere, and then you can tie stuff down to these. And this thing is really heavily designed in like the camping, overlanding kind of realm. A lot of attachments that fit in this are for camping, overlanding, that kind of stuff. It's endless, and if you guys stick around and continue to watch the channel, you will see me use the absolute crap out of this. Are gonna help us if we wanna put something kind of more side to side. So I basically got these, will make us never, ever, ever, ever not be able to mount something. If you have something like this, then you might want them. So these, dude, this is what I was really excited about. The season is almost over, but about a month ago, maybe it was a month ago, both my brothers came over and we were going snowboarding, and I have no problem putting my stuff in the back of the Jeep. It is what it is. You gotta fold one seat down though to get everything in here, and it becomes tight once you have 4 snowboards, or I guess 3 snowboards and a set of skis stacked up here, 4 people in here, and everybody's gear. It becomes a lot of stuff. So we got a fresh set of the big boys from Rhino Rack, dude. These are insane. Look at these. These hold 6 skis or 4 snowboards. So I can take me, Courtney, and both my brothers. We can all go snowboarding, and not a single board or set of skis has to go inside of the Jeep, which is so beautiful. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know I actually do quite a bit of snowboarding. This year I've actually gone a lot. Oh my God, I've never had such a big set. Oh, these are so sick. And you know what's actually really sick? And they advertise this on their website too. If you guys don't need to buy the 4 snowboards, buy the one with just 2, like the single size unit, because you can double it as a fishing rod holder. Obviously you can double the big one too, but it's a little bit more awkward. And you can get this really cool bracket from Rhino Rack that kind of like goes like this on the side. So then you can mount them sideways, opens like this, and you could put fishing rods in it in the summer. This is what I was trying to say earlier. So you can put this if you wanted to. You can, these feet can spin, mount it straight onto this platform. You don't need this, right? So if you want to put that one here and this one here, but then that's too tight for your snowboard, but then this is too big for your snowboard, this can slide in the middle of these 2 and give you the perfect fit for your stuff. So that's like the real key factor for this guy, is like the in-between stages. I've concluded that the rack makes the Jeep look bigger, which is why the wheels look so much smaller. Because dude, for some reason today, these 33s are just killing my vibe. And I was worried you guys wouldn't understand the point of these, but it actually worked out perfectly. You guys can see where my bindings lie, here and then here, and they don't fit in between these 2 bars. They overlap like this much. I would have had a pretty big issue. I would have been clamping on just barely under the tip. You can see it already kind of goes around here where it's underneath this one. So perfect fitment. These little guys save the day, and they're just useful for like anything else that I want to use. As many people that we can fit in the Jeep, we can put their stuff on the Jeep. And what's sick is I was worried it would be too big. So much room over here. Like we still got, this is the middle piece, so it barely comes past the center. And I know you guys get it, but I also brought out my little sportsman case here. Because I've said at least 20 times in videos, once we get the roof rack, I could put this on the roof. Boom, look at this. Put a little strap from here down around this bar. This actually fits way too good. And then from here down around this bar, that's fire. I don't intend to drive with that up there, but what I've always been saying is like, it's cool that I can put it up there and it's kind of up out of the way, or if I need to, I could strap it down there just to like move around or whatever. This is so good. There's literally nothing to say other than this is so good. And these aren't even like our camping essentials or anything. The first thing I actually got to do, either buy or build a axe holder for that, because the last couple times I've gone camping, I forgot my axe, which is the worst because then I can't have a fire and that's just boring. We are gonna build, buy, and just completely deck this thing out for all of our off-roading, camping. It's gonna be so cool. The utility this adds, you bet probably, if you took a shot every time I said that, you guys are probably hammered by now. But I'm serious, man. The utility this thing adds is insane. Huge shout out to Rhino Rack. Make sure you guys check them out. I'd go as far as to say this has to be like the industry standard rack. Look at this thing. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and stay committed.